velib is part of Paris now. It's part of the city now.
What's interesting about the public bicycle systems is that they have started to have a renaissance in the last 3 or 4 years, which corresponds exactly to our interest and our commitment to doing something about global warming. And they are something that can be realized in the city in a very short period of time.
You get half an hour of free bike usage per time you check out a bike. That's unlimited per day, so you can have as many free half hours as you want. You just have to go check your bike back in.
Here you are in the heart of the biggest system in the world with 1,451 stations, 20,600 bicycles, more than 3 million of subscribers.
I want a ticket, velib. Insert my card. And we find ourselves a bike. And first of all, we make sure that the tires are okay. See if the seat works. Bring it up. Then we take our velib card. We just flash it over. 1, 2, 3. And off we go.
In Paris, we had around 200 kilometers of cycle network in 2001, and in 2007 we have already 400 kilometers, so that we double the length of the network.
Mais en tout cas, velib est venu aussi parce qu'il y avait des aménagements cyclables et que beaucoup d'entre eux étaient contestés parce que malgré les efforts qui ont été faits, le nombre de cyclistes ne s'est jamais vraiment développé.
Around 30% of the traffic of bicycle is made by velibs. It was a good way to demonstrate that it could be possible to ride on bicycle in a so big city like Paris.
C'est vrai que pour moi, un velib, c'est simplement un outil pour qu'on parle du vélo, pour qu'on développe la mobilité à vélo.
Velib has convinced a lot of people that cycling in Paris is not that dangerous.
I'm a new bike rider. I just took the subway. It's very practical. I guess a car is not an option in Paris because there's literally no space to park. Velib, it's easier than having a bike yourself because having the bike at home means that I have to keep it inside the apartment.
If you have to go to République, it's 10 minutes by bike. But if you have to take the metro, you have to take in Bastille, they take another metro, and then it's maybe half an hour.
What happens now is you have a day, you have your velib card, you say, oh, I have to get an earring there, and then there are tube stations that I have to go through to go to another place. You don't do it anymore. You just grab a velib, you take it, do your earrings. It's very, very easy.
You cannot start a system with 20 stations in such a big city like New York.
You have to go big enough to where it's at least one bike per 200 residents. I think that's a bare minimum for the good function of the system.
Cities who made a too small organization, too small network, don't have a real success. For example, in France, in Rennes, the network of public bicycle is not really efficient because when you have not enough station, not enough bicycle, the people don't use it.
If you want to borrow a bike and go somewhere, you have to put it back in a place very near where you go. If you have to walk, very far to put your bike back in a station, that won't work.
The network of velib stations is built according to the modal chain with another transportation means.
The best part about velib is really a combination of things. One is the number of bikes, the number of stations, and the way that it interacts with public transit that already exists in Paris. So effectively it becomes just another form of public transportation. You can see at this station, you can ride along the protected bike lane, you see a velib stop, you park your bike, you get on the metro and go to your next destination. seamless. It's easy. It's fun. What's better than having a public bike be a part of your public transportation system?
I would take the metro, I think, because I think it's very convenient, but it's very pleasant to ride when the sun is shining. Ouais, à demain. Bonne soirée. Va vite parce que je vais te rattraper, moi.
Et puis donc Velib a ouvert. Ça a été tout de suite un véritable succès. Mais c'est vrai que globalement, dès l'été, on a senti que les gens qui faisaient du Velib faisaient partie d'un groupe. C'est vrai qu'on a beaucoup vu, et ça tend à se calmer quand même, hein, ce phénomène. Mais des gens qui se parlaient, s'adressaient la parole, se demandaient mais est-ce que le système est bien? Où allez-vous? Est-ce que je peux vous aider à monter, descendre la selle?
After a year or so, people know how to use the stations. But if you have tourists or stuff like that, they don't know. And I always notice that people, stop and help them.
There was only 4 months of time to build the actual system itself in order to have it online by the 15th of July 2007. What's wrong with it? Well, again, everybody says the same thing. First of all, they say there are bicycles that are not working in the system, that there are problems with the tires, there are problems with the chains, the brakes are not always perfectly adjusted. Yes. But this is the exception and not the rule. But there are people, by nature of their very personalities, only see the things that don't work.
Donc voilà, on tâtonne, on est encore dans un domaine un peu expérimental. Tous les jours, on apprend des choses nouvelles sur Velib, etc. Et je pense que voilà, on est assez modeste et on va réussir progressivement à améliorer les situations, les dérégulations, et puis à bien comprendre ce que c'est que cet outil et comment le développer pour qu'il y ait toujours plus de gens qui viennent au vélo.
We calculate that for every kilometer of car traffic you're able to remove from the city, you save $1. And so if you take a look at the fact that 5 or 10% of all Velib trips replace what were formerly car trips, I think the latest number is around 3 million trips over the course of the last 8.5 months. That's 300,000 car trips. Average trip length, 5 kilometers. Multiply that by $1 per kilometer, and you've got a big number there. So we're already saving millions of dollars through the introduction of this system, and we're just starting. Just about everybody loves it.